You grab your keys, head out the door, and figure your cat will be just fine. Because really, they sleep most of the day anyway, right? What is there to worry about? Actually, quite a lot, and most of the problems are caused by the owners, often unintentionally. Here are 15 things your cat notices the second you leave, some of which you might be doing every single day. Start with the one almost everyone gets backwards, the goodbye. You crouch down, hold your cat's face, tell them in a soft, worried voice that you won't be long. It feels like love. To your cat, it reads as an alarm. Cats don't follow the words. They read the tone, the slowed movements, the scent of your own stress rising. So when your exit goes soft and heavy, your cat learns something simple and wrong. That's not a goodbye. That's a warning in a language you didn't know you were speaking. Here's the fix, and it costs nothing. Leave like it's the most boring thing in the world. Keys, door, gone. A flat, unremarkable exit tells your cat the truest thing you can offer. He left the way he always leaves, which means he comes back the way he always comes back. Routine to a cat isn't boredom. Routine is proof, but the goodbye is only the doorway. And number 2 is the one careful owners get wrong by trying to help. You shut the bedroom, the office, the bathroom, just so nothing gets wrecked. Reasonable, but picture it from the floor. Your cat's whole world, the territory they walk and recheck several times a day, just lost half its rooms. To a cat, territory isn't space, it's information, a map they keep current by patrolling it. Close off half that map and you haven't made things tidier. You've made them uncertain. Now there are doors that won't open. Behind each one could be anything, and your cat can't go check. That low hum of can't verify is what turns into pacing, into the carpet shredded at the foot of the door. Here's what most people don't realize. A cat with the run of the whole home is usually the calmer cat, not the wilder one. More space, fewer problems, because nothing's left unchecked. If you're closing doors out of fear, something gets ruined. Move the thing, not the map. Now the window. Do you pull the curtains open before you go? You're already ahead of most, but plenty of owners draw them shut or stack laundry on the one good sill and never link it to the cat who seems flat by evening. For an indoor cat, a window isn't decoration. It's their one live feed of a world that keeps moving while you're gone. Birds, branches, rain, light crawling across the floor. When that feed goes dark, the message lands with brutal simplicity. The world stopped, nothing's happening, wait in the gray, clear the sill, pull the curtain back. It costs zero, and it hands your cat the one thing isolation steals, the sense that life out there is still going on, and they've still got a seat at the glass. And every cat works that window differently, which is worth a quick pause. Here's a real one for the comments. What's the one thing your cat always does the second you pick up your keys? Not when you're settled on the couch. That exact moment the keys come up. Bolt for the door, vanish under the bed, sit and stare, start talking at you. Drop it below because the answer says more about how your cat reads you than almost anything else they do. Number 4 is invisible, which is why almost no one thinks of it. Your scent. When you leave, you don't fully leave, not to a cat. The shirt on the chair, the dented pillow, the spot on the couch that smells like you. That's not laundry. Those are anchors. A cat alone will often go and lie on the thing that carries the most of you. It isn't sentiment, it's strategy. Your scent is proof that you were here, that the world where you come back is still real. Owners who sweep every worn thing into the hamper on the way out are, without meaning to, erasing the one reassurance their cat was counting on. Leave a worn shirt out on purpose. To you, it's clutter. To your cat, it's a promise you didn't know you were making. And if that just turned the pile of laundry your cat keeps sleeping on into something else entirely, that's the whole idea here. If that surprised you, subscribe, Because there's a deeper one coming, and this channel exists to translate the things your cat is already telling you that you've been hearing as random. Now, back to the silence, because what your cat hears matters as much as what they smell. Number 5, the sound you leave on. The instinct is kind. Flip on the TV so the place doesn't feel empty. But a cat's hearing is far sharper than yours, and gentle background to you can land as sudden, sourceless noise to them. A commercial spikes, a voice shouts, a dog barks from a show, and your cat doesn't know it's a show, just a strange dog they can't find inside their home. The thing you left for comfort becomes a threat they can't escape. What a cat wants in your absence isn't company, it's predictability. A quiet room where the loudest thing is, the fridge beats one that might suddenly scream in a voice they don't recognize. If silence feels too sad, a low, steady loop of birdsong works better. But be honest about who you're soothing. A lot of the time, the TV is for your guilt, not their nerves. Number 6 is about food, but not how you'd think. One big mound, so they've got plenty, feels generous. But most cats can't pace themselves. Many clear the bowl in the first hour, then sit empty until you're home. And the lesson isn't fullness, it's that food is feast or famine. But there's a quieter problem underneath, and it matters more than the calories. Rhythm. Food that arrives at the same hours is one of the strongest signals a cat has that the world is running on rails, that someone's keeping time. A timed feeder fixes the portion and, almost by accident, hands your cat what they want more than the meal. The sense that even with you gone, the day keeps its promises. 7th, the litter box you skipped because you were running late. Tell yourself you'll get it tonight and you might come home to a problem on the bed. But the bed isn't revenge. Read it the other way. A cat is, by their own standard, almost obsessively clean. And a box gone unusable is to them a small daily emergency. So they find a spot that meets the standard, because the standard isn't negotiable. That's not revenge. That's a cat refusing to lower the one bit of self-respect they fully control while you're gone. 90 seconds with a scoop before you leave isn't about the smell. It's letting your cat keep their dignity through the long hours when no one's watching. Number 8. Where can your cat actually relax? Not sit, relax. A cat stuck at floor level, out in the open, with no high spot and no enclosed nook, never fully drops their guard, because a cat's nervous system reads low and exposed as keep watching. Give them one high perch with a wall at their back and a clear line to the door, and you've handed them permission their body understands instantly. You can sleep now, you'll see anything coming. The gap between a cat who endures your absence tense and one who actually rests is sometimes 3 feet of height and something solid behind them. 9th is a strange one. Move the furniture, leave a big new box on the floor, bring home something that smells like outside, then walk out. To the cat you left behind, you just dropped an unsolved problem into their territory and shut the door on it for 10 hours. A cat patrols to confirm nothing has changed. When something has, and you're not there to read your reaction off of, it doesn't get filed and forgotten. It sits there all day, pulling at their attention. If you're going to rearrange the world your cat lives in, do it when you'll be home a good while after. Let them watch you stay calm about it. Your calm is the explanation they need. Number 10 goes after the oldest myth about cats, that they're loners who'd rather have the empty house. And there's real science under this now, not just a nice idea. A few years back, a team at Oregon State University ran cats through a secure base test, the same setup once used on human infants. Owner and cat together in an unfamiliar room, owner steps out, owner comes back. Most of the cats, around 2 in 3, did what a securely attached child does, used their owner as a base, settled at the reunion, went back to exploring. It was published in Current Biology in 2019. Now, hold it loosely. It's one study, an emerging area, and a lab is a long way from your living room. But the headline is hard to unsee. The aloof cat, The one people swear feels nothing is very often a securely attached one, leaning on you to feel safe when the world gets uncertain. That's not a cat who doesn't need you. That's a cat who's built their whole sense of safety around whether you come back. And if you've made it this far, and your read on your own cat has shifted even a little, number 10 is the exact reason to subscribe. The whole point here is to take the cat people call aloof, or moody, or impossible to read, and translate what they're actually saying about trust, about safety, about you. So subscribe and stay, because the last 5 change how you walk back through your own front door. And number 13 is the one almost every owner reads as the exact opposite of what it means. 11. You come home to a knocked-over plant, a shredded couch arm, something pulled off a shelf, and you read it as a tantrum. It isn't. Destruction while you're gone is almost never spite. What it usually is a message in the only language they've got. Too much energy and nowhere to put it, or anxiety, and the one thing that took the edge off. That's not a tantrum. That's a note, left in the only language they have. Read it as data, not betrayal, and skip the punishment, which a cat can't connect to something they did hours ago anyway. The real fix is giving that energy somewhere to go before you leave. A hard play session right before the door is one of the most underrated things you can do for a cat about to spend the day alone. Number 12 hides in plain sight. A cat alone and stressed will often groom and groom and groom, past cleaning into self-soothing. Sometimes until there's a thin patch you only notice weeks later. Grooming settles a cat the way some habits settle a person, until the calm runs out and the licking doesn't. If you're finding more hair than usual or a patch wearing thin, your cat may be telling you the hours alone weigh more than they look from the outside. Worth a vet's eye to rule out anything physical. But very often, the body is reporting on the feeling. A cat over-grooming in an empty house is a cat working overtime to hold itself together. 13, the one teased a moment ago. Here's the misread. Your cat ignoring the full bowl you left isn't a cat that isn't thirsty. Cats are wired to distrust a single still water source. Water sitting too long or right next to food is exactly the water that, in the wild, makes you sick. So one bowl, parked beside the food, can read to a cat's instincts as the least safe water in the house, and a cat on mostly dry food may quietly drink too little all day. That's not a cat who isn't thirsty. That's a cat whose instincts flag the only water in the house as the one to avoid. The fix takes 30 seconds. A second bowl, another room, away from the food. Scatter the water, and you tell your cat's oldest instincts that this territory is rich, that there's no need to ration. Cats drink more in a home that feels abundant. And to a cat, abundance is a kind of safety. 14 brings it back to the door. Your door, the moment you come home. You burst in, scoop the cat up, ask in a high, flooded voice if they missed you, "Oh, you poor baby," and you just undid the calm exit you built at number 1. A return that's all intensity teaches the same lesson the anxious goodbye did. Your comings and goings are huge, charged events to brace for. Think about that secure base test again. The tell wasn't that the cat noticed the leaving. It was what the cat did at the reunion, whether they could settle and turn back to the world. The cat with the steadiest sense of safety is the one whose person comes home like it's nothing. A quiet hello, a normal hand, let the cat come to you. Low-key out, low-key in. The whole loop bookended in boredom, which to your cat spells the most reassuring word there is: dependable. And 15, the line. The story owners tell themselves is the dangerous one. It's just a cat, they're independent, leave a heap of food and water, and they're fine for 3 days. They're not. Not because the food runs out, because the presence does. A social animal left in total isolation doesn't coast. Many fray by the second day and by the third can stop eating, Overgroom, go withdrawn or sharp. A feeder replaces the bowl. Nothing in that house replaces you. If you'll be gone past about a day, someone has to come, not just to top up a dish, but so your cat sees a face, hears a voice, and gets the one thing that matters most: that they haven't been forgotten, that the world still knows they're there. And here's what every one of those 15 has been circling: the goodbye, the doors, the window, the scent, the water, the return. Every single one is your cat asking, in the only way they can, one question. Not "Are you here?" Cats know you leave. The question is quieter than that. Are they safe even when you're not there? That's it. That's what the hours alone are for. They're the test your cat runs on the home you built, and the things you do at the door are how you answer it before they even ask. A boring goodbye, an open map, a clear window, your shirt on the chair, water in 2 rooms, a calm hello. None of those are chores. Each one is a sentence in the same answer. The world is steady. Nothing here will hurt you. The person who left always comes back. That's not a pet passing the time until you get home. That's a small animal answering, over and over, the one question that runs underneath everything. Your cat can't understand the words you say at the door, but the answer your habits give them, they understand with total fluency. So before you walk out tomorrow, leave like it's nothing. Keep the map open and the window clear. Leave your scent and a second bowl of water. Give them a high place to rest and a day that keeps its rhythm. Then come home like it's nothing too. Not 15 rules. One message said 15 ways. Because your cat was never just waiting out the hours until you got back. Your cat was spending those hours deciding, again, whether to trust the world you leave them in. And the quietest truth in all of it: a cat who relaxes the second the door shuts isn't a cat that doesn't care you're gone. It's a cat so sure you're coming back that being alone finally feels safe. That certainty isn't something you say. It's something you build, 60 seconds at a time, every single morning. And if the part about your scent stayed with you, the shirt, the spot on the bed your cat keeps choosing, you've probably been reading that one backwards too. There's a full breakdown of what it really means when your cat sleeps on your worn clothes on the screen right now. It's the same conversation walking into the next room. Your cat doesn't need you to never leave. They just need to know all the way down that you always come back.